Hi guys and welcome back. Today we're going to have a little tutorial and an introduction to our money flow mastery indicator. So the introduction today is basically going to be that this is one of my favorite indicators. So here we go. Introduction, one of my favorite indicators. I'm just going to get my face out of the way. There we go. Okay, boom, there we go. Okay, so here we have our chart, which is currently gold spot US dollar 4 hours. We also have compare candles, which is from the Analyst Plus package. So as an elite member, you will have access to compare candles, and you will obviously also have access to whip candles. So here whip candles is actually integrated into the existing chart candles, replacing the existing chart candle colors. So whip candles integrated into the main chart, gold spot US dollar. We also have compare candles here, which if we double click on, we can set it to whatever we want. I've set this one to the US 30. I'm going to kind of push this in the direction of indices. So I'm happy with that. We've got our chart there. We've got candle type normal, which we can choose Heikin-Ashi candles and Berlin candles. Use chart frame. Yes. Okay, great. Then the second compare candles, we are going to go to, let's have, delete that, Ger30. So we're going to go for the DAX, the German 30 FXCM, click, and we're going to have normal candles, current time frame. Yes, okay, thank you very much. Okay, and then down to money flow mastery. I've already mentioned it's one of my favorite. Two inputs, input 1, input 2. We have the time frame, we have the moving average method, and we have the moving average period. So this is the moving average of the actual indicator, the signal line, so to say. Custom symbols, we have the Ger30 and we have the US 30. So custom symbol 1 is the fuchsia and custom symbol 2 is the aqua. Here we have visibility. So we actually have show custom symbol 1, show custom symbol 2, and show signal lines. If we show the moving averages and then click anywhere here, we will then receive the moving averages for each of the lines, which are a little more opaque for clarity. But for the moment, we're going to turn off the moving averages and keep it all nice and clean. We have used bright mode on because we're on a white chart. So if you notice, the money flow mastery is very staggered, and this is because we currently have activated the daily time frame for the calculations for money flow mastery. So we currently have US dollar, gold, the S&P 500, Bitcoin, and Ger30 and US 30 on the chart. And looking at everything, what we're going to do here is change the time frame of the money flow mastery to the same as the chart. So 240 minutes is 4 hours. We're going to change this to 10 and 10. The settings of 4 and 4 are good for honing in on more accurate entries, and the 10 and 10 is for a more general approach, which shows you the general direction of stuff. So the US dollars looks like it's doing well today. Okay, so as you can see, this chart is extremely messy, and what we will do is we will change the current gold chart to the S&P, yes, SPX 500, and I want my FXCM. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this is what, let's go to daily. To do that, if we type in D on TradingView, it's just going to start trying to find a ticker. So we type 24, so it thinks I'm typing in a time, and I'm going to put my D in there. There we go. So this is a daily chart for the S&P on top, the US 30, and the GER 30. Let me just label these charts and make things easier for you to see. Okay, so here we have, I've just labeled these, SPX 500, US 30, and the GER 30. These are still currently on 4 hours, so we'll change those to D, and we'll change that to D. And we will change the money flow mastery to daily, and this should clear this up a little. It's just a bit busy. There we go. So here we have the S&P 500 on top, the US 30 and the GER 30. And what we will do here for clarity, let's get rid of some of these. So let's get rid of US dollar. Let's get rid of gold. Let's get rid of Bitcoin. And let's just have the S&P, the DAX, and the Dow Jones up and running. Okay. Okay, let's move this up a little bit. Let's even these charts out a touch. Okay, and let's make that up there. Let's take that up there, and let's take that up there. Okay, so here we have our money flow mastery, and we've singled it out to the red S&P 500, the blue GER 30, the DAX, and then the fuchsia US 30. So here we have the money flow lines crossing the 50, which is going into bearish territory. You could have got in on anything on the short and you would have made a lot of money. So here we have the market tanking, and US 30, everything's below 50, but the ones that are probably not doing as bad as the US 30 are the GER 30 and the S&P. But we do have a little bit of action going on down here. Okay, let's put some lines in for you to show you what I mean. Alt and V should give us a vertical line. So here we do have a bullish cross there. So I'm going to put that in, and then we'll go up to this one and up to this one. So at this moment in time, we can see that the US 30, the fuchsia line, has actually taken a more bullish approach than the other two and seems to be on its way up to cross the 50 before everyone else. So using the money flow mastery, we could have identified where we need our money to be heading into. In this case, and for this example, we have chosen the indices that we want to be going into because we see that the money seems to be flowing out of forex or out of something else and coming into the indices. So here we have our bullish cross of the lines, even in bearish territory down here. So if we actually wait for the 50 line cross, which would have been in between there. So let's Alt and V, Alt and V, Alt and V, Alt and V. So if we would have entered anywhere on this candle, we would have been in a great position. Okay, let's go to the close of there. Tuck. Okay, so going from our money flow mastery, we have bullish cross down here. We have a bullish cross of the 50 and we could have entered on that candle, which that candle is a giant engulfs 1, 2, 3, nearly four previous days candles. So that's an extremely bullish move. And one thing I will teach you in the Trading Academy is not to be greedy, which is a thing that kills people's accounts, but just to make nice, steady profits, nice passive income. So if we would have entered at the close of this candle, we would have been in the trade. We would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of uncertainty, but a beautiful piece of price action forming here. And then the market sets off and never looks back. Sideways action here, beautiful range there, breakout and off. I think at the time I was looking more like the J30. Let's go back down to a 4 and a 4. Okay. Okay. 4 and 4. Again, it's a fuchsia that's on top, which is telling us that it's better to be really in the US 30 than anything else. Okay, and let me delete these. Okay, so now we've had a little bit of a look at the indices. Let's have a look at crypto. So this for me is like a game changer really. Let's put everything on: gold, US dollar, oil, S&P, Bitcoin, and we'll take off the 2 indices for the moment, but we will change these. So what I know has performed rather well, so there's Cardano, and let's change the exchange. So it's a crypto based one, and we'll go for Binance and ADA USDT, yes, and then also we'll go here for Tezos, XTZ, US dollar. Okay, so for the example, we will get rid of oil because that throws everything out of whack. That's loaded up. Now we have, we'll close this for the second. We've got those turned off. Okay. So let's just try and see if we can notice any patterns on the 4 hour. So if we look here, we have a gold coming down and a US dollar going up. And then also on this side, we have the BTC, which is the orange, going up. And the indices going down. Okay, so let's single this out. Okay, so I've just labeled these up for you. We have the US dollar chart, we have the gold versus US dollar chart, and we also have Bitcoin versus US dollar. So using money flow here, we can see quite a positive cross of the US dollar versus gold. And we're just going to put a vertical line in. So on a Mac, Alt and V, Alt and V, Alt and V, Alt and V. So here we have gold coming down, US dollar going up. That is the point of the cross. And we can see that the gold price is coming down and the US dollar price is going up. And this is the power of the money flow here. So we have a beautiful cross on the 50. We have bullish dollar, bearish gold, and it was an extremely good move in the markets. So let's delete those. As we just identified, we had the bullish cross of dollar versus gold there, and that played out beautifully. And then the next time we have the US dollar starting to weaken here. I'm going to turn off gold in the S&P. So gold is going off, S&P is going off, and we're just going to have it US dollar versus Bitcoin. So we will shift this one up. Make you smaller. Make you smaller. So here we have dollar above Bitcoin and dollar in bullish territory there. Best to be in dollar and out of crypto. And wait for Bitcoin to tank and then purchase Bitcoin at the prices we did when it went down to around $4,500. Fire sale prices. And here we go, we have a cross there. So Bitcoin is on the bullish side and US dollar is calming down a little bit from its massive rally. So here we have Bitcoin on top. It would suggest that we're probably better being in Bitcoin in this position. However, then we gain some clarity with a nice split of Bitcoin and dollar. And let's go to here. Let's go Alt and V, put our vertical line in. This is where dollar has actually gone below the 50. And Bitcoin is staying up above the 50. So we've got our vertical there, vertical there, vertical there. So if on this instance, you can see that Bitcoin is in bullish territory and the US dollar has crossed below the 50, you could have been coming out of dollar and putting your money into cryptocurrency. And if you had done that at this stage, you would have gone from 7,700 Bitcoin up to 10,000 Bitcoin, basically. From an initial viewpoint, this doesn't necessarily look very good for Bitcoin. Bearish Bitcoin, bullish US dollar. Even the whip candles are bullish there for US dollar. So it doesn't really look good for Bitcoin unless she finds support at this 9148 level, which she could do. But anyway, sorry to digress. So let's go, let's get rid of our vertical lines. And let's just indicate a place again where it was better to be in Bitcoin rather than dollar. So here, let's go for adding our vertical lines. Oh. Delete. Okay, so this is where we were identifying that we should be in Bitcoin rather than US dollar. US dollar was heading down with good momentum. And selling your US dollar at this moment in time and going into Bitcoin, we can see that you had a really good move. If we bring gold into the equation, like so, and like so, you can see that gold went basically sideways. So more money was flowing into cryptocurrencies than anything else. Now we've decided where money is flowing between US dollar, Bitcoin and gold. And we can see here that, okay, so money's leaving US dollar, it's going into crypto. This is what we need to be in. We can then refine and hone on to the altcoins. So we don't just want to make Bitcoin, we want to make multiples of Bitcoin. Let's go into settings. We've got ADA and XTZ, which is Tezos. So Cardano and Tezos, we will activate their lines. So now we are trying to compare where our money should be on the crypto side of things. I will just change the charts around and relabel, and we'll come back to this in a second. So I've labeled these up for you: Bitcoin, Cardano and Tezos, all against the US dollar. And what we're trying to identify here on Money Flow Mastery is what should we be in? We've already identified that out of US dollar, gold, oil, and all the other assets that we have on Money Flow, that we should be in cryptocurrency because Bitcoin is becoming king. So where we identify that crypto is taking over, and I believe that it was somewhere around here where US dollar was going down and Bitcoin was going up. We're going to go for our vertical line, vertical line, vertical line, vertical line. So here, Bitcoin versus US dollar. bullish. What we're going to do here for clarity as well is we're going to get rid of US dollar. And what we're trying to do is identify which crypto we should be in compared to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going up against US dollar, you're making money. If an altcoin is going up against Bitcoin, you are making more money. So here we have Bitcoin bending over. We can see here at certain times Cardano is outperforming everything. So just looking at the chart, we've got Bitcoin going sideways in this range. We had Cardano going sideways in this range and a breakout. So if we go to where the breakout was and put our vertical lines in at the breakout, crypto actually had a good time everywhere. Tezos was increasing in value. ADA was increasing very well in value, and Bitcoin was increasing in value. So here we can see that ADA is the one that's above. Tezos here has gone negative on the 50, and Bitcoin is floating around. This sideways action confirmed with money flow. So here we have Tezos in negative territory, in a bearish territory, and we have ADA on the march, outperforming everything. Here a little bit where Bitcoin apparently outperformed ADA. Yes, that's true, because we have Bitcoin going up a few candles and Cardano was already on the descent. And here again, all the cryptos going into bullish territory. Again, ADA outperforming for these 3 candles. So this is the beauty of money flow. So one thing I don't want to do too much, I don't want to make this video too long. However, I do want you to understand the concept of money flow, where money is either flowing from cryptocurrency into forex, or from forex into indices, or from indices and forex into metals. You always have to be aware of what is happening on the grander scale. So you will see the power of the money flow indicator. You will be able to identify whether you should be sat in cash. Should you be sat in cash? Should you be sat in your US dollar? Should you be sat in the pound? Or should you be looking to put your money into precious metals? Or should you be looking to put your money into indices and the stocks because they look like they're going to outperform everything else? So using money flow, we identify what we need to be in: cash, stocks, metals, crypto. And then we can fine tune it. And we do that quite simply with using our custom money flow lines and putting in the alternatives, whether it could be, if you're looking at the US dollar and want to know whether you should be sat in pound or euro, you can then hone in those futures of the US dollar, the pound and the euro and see where your money should be sat to get more bang for your buck, so to say. So I think that's about it for money flow mastery. I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. And if you have any feedback or ways we can improve it, please get in touch. We're always willing. We're always looking to improve. I'm always looking to improve and make things better for you guys. Thanks again for joining in, and we wish you a lovely day and trade safe. Thank you very much.